Lunchbox is brought to you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Boy, oh boy, I am in the holiday spirit. Literally. We actually have our first cold front of the year came through. It was in the 50s last night.
It's going to get colder tomorrow.
It's 71 now, but I'm still wearing my long sleeve, ugly Santa sweater. We had a Snow Bowl Winter Wonderland Thursday night football game last night. We've got Jeff Defo Forest. We've got Tony Segreto. We've got Mike Lubie Lubitz. And we've got me as the ugly Santa sweater wearing
Where did you get that
host.
now?
This was at BJ's Wholesale Club. Again, this is where I do all my clothes shopping in two fell sweeps. Spring collection and then the Mayo fall collection. The Mayo fall collection.
But you already bagged the shirts.
Well, there is one of the new shirts underneath here.
I like that red and white check one. Yeah, He had it on the other day, last week.
Also known
and then
as
you had another one at Tropical Acres, which you said came from that same shopping spree.
And then another one at Luke's.
Oh, he had a different one there. And then he tells me now that he's not wearing them anymore because he doesn't like the way he appears in these things. What was that?
I don't recall that.
Yeah, you said you weren't going to wear them anymore. You didn't like the way they look.
The new
shirts.
Yeah.
I never said that.
Oh, okay.
You said they don't make you. That's what it is. You said that because they're big, they're not as.
No, I said I
flattering.
feel ashamed because I'm now up to a double XL, which is basically a stunning admission of utter defeat. I sent you a photo again, one from the Wayback Machine 9 years ago when I was training for a half marathon, Tony. I looked like you. I had just run 11 miles. I took a picture. Somebody took a picture of me on the Hollywood Broadwalk. I looked thin as a rail. I looked fit as a fiddle. And now look at me. Stuffing my face.
Who can you sue, man? Can you sue the Sun
I don't want to
Sentinel?
sue anybody. I mean, like people like Luke and Lenore. I mean, they bring out all their beautiful food. And look, speaking of beautiful food.
And you killed it today. I have to say this, though. I had a leftover from Tuesday's Taco Tuesday at Taco Craft.
Nice.
I had put these two tacos that were both meatless. One was an Impossible one, and the other one was some kind of vegetable combo. Yeah. And I put them in the refrigerator for Mustang. But that was 3 days ago. So the box had been calling my name. I looked inside. She hadn't touched them. I ate one of them on the way down here, actually. So outstanding. I mean, it was great. And then yesterday with Lenore, that burger was exceptional. I mean, I could see why they won the hearts of the fans out there.
Bacon, onion, jam burger that they reduce, or I say they sweat it. They sweat it down.
You said that. She had no idea what you were talking about.
It's a cooking term. I swear chefs use it. Yesterday, Gilbert's 17th Street
onions
Grill.
He's talking about.
What a week we've had, by the way. We started off the week at Tropical Acres. Is that right? Or is
that was Monday. Yeah,
that was
Monday.
Acres. Yeah, that was
Tuesday, we were at Taco Craft. Wednesday, we were at Luke's with Tony. Thursday, we were at Gilbert's with Defo. And here we are, Friday, 10 Palms, our Friday fun place. We're going to have a contest. We're going to go over some of these new menu items. The Champions Meet starts next week on Thanksgiving Day. They're going to have a special Thanksgiving buffet. But during the other racing days that they're open, they have a regular set menu. Sundays, they have, of course, their Sunday buffet. But the Joe Beja and Chef Jason, they're always constantly evolving and innovating, and they got some new menu items. What do we got in front of us here, Lubie?
These sliders look really, really tempting.
We have the new Paddler Frita Blend
burger.
We have the beef trio empanadas, is what they're calling them. Hot honey chicken sliders replace the burger sliders, which we loved. And they have whipped ricotta. And there's also a bunch of other new stuff, too. We just could only fit so much on the table.
And I love the fact that Joe is like getting inspiration from, our other
places we know and love,
on the lunchbox. This whipped ricotta is one of the great menu items at the Catherine, where I was earlier this week dining on Wednesday night. That's the thing about me, Tony. Not only am I eating these huge feasts for lunch, but I'm going out to dinner every night, too. It's
therein lies your mistake.
The day went to Luke's.
Yep.
I need the rest of the day.
You didn't need to eat the rest of the day. However, in my world, it was a date night, and we went to the Catherine, and
that night,
we ordered 4 dishes.
got
Of course, because Chef Timon is there, and he sees me. He wants me to try all his new dishes. So 4 dishes that we ordered turned into 8 dishes that hit the table. And all of them were fantastic. And here we got, this is like an homage. We got these sliders. Sometimes you see them at Bachelor Southern
Where are you
Kitchen.
going to start, though, Michael?
I'm going to start. I already started.
I think you want to check out one of these sliders.
Yeah,
I'm tempted to get your reaction to that.
I did start with the
Tony, by the way, has what looks to be an outstanding Greek salad, and he's put some blackened chicken in there also.
Yeah, they've added some new salads.
That's how he stays in shape, this guy.
Again, they stay seasonal here, all tweaking. Sometimes they remove a couple items, but this Greek salad chopped up with
looks
feta
great.
cheese is beautiful. This whipped ricotta
when he's
dish.
not looking, if you could talk to him, I want to steal this little slice of feta cheese.
Yes.
No, I'm only kidding.
No.
So I'm going to take a bite. This
I don't want to pull a Mayo.
Whipped ricotta has a little sweetness. It might be some honey in there, and then you drizzle some olive oil. And again, it's really
no.
tasty.
I was only kidding.
Take it.
That was for show purposes.
And now you hear me crunching. That's a good whipped ricotta on the crostini toast.
No, it's
look at this. These two, they're playing with their food. I'm going to grab one of these chicken sliders.
Tony took me seriously. I was only kidding.
So not only is it a festive Friday here at the track, and we're going to do a contest in a minute, the lovely and talented Leslie Visser, friend of Defo and friend of the show,
beautiful human being,
sent a text this morning.
Nobody better.
That tomorrow,
she watches this thing. She's amazed that people could go on a show and just stuff their faces and consider it even remotely entertaining. Yeah, exactly. Or journalism.
How great is my life? It turned out? Like, I used to sweat 16-hour days sometimes covering events and doing things at the paper, and it's humble job for humble wages. And now,
you were making big money.
A humble job for humble wages.
The hell you
I was a humble scrivener.
You were traveling.
Tony
all over
was
the
making
place
a fortune. I wasn't doing bad. I mean,
I actually had. They treated me well at the Sunset.
You're in the toy department. You're covering sports for a living. We're all going to the Flutie game, which you were about to introduce.
That's what I was going to say. Leslie Visser pointed out via group text this morning that tomorrow marks the 40th anniversary of the Hail Flutie play, which in Miami is known as, I guess, the Hurricane Heartbreak Day, because the Miami Hurricanes were playing the Boston College Eagles in a Thanksgiving, I believe it was Thanksgiving Day or Friday. It was like a Black Friday game. Tony Segreto was there. Jeff DeForest was there. I'm trying to get another guy who was there, who is now the vice president of communications and runs the press box here at Gulfstream, and that's Dave Joseph, my former colleague. But is he going to
bring back the open bar? I used to love that when they did that. Remember that, Tony? Everybody was like, couldn't wait for the 8th race to be official, and then they would open up the bar, and everybody was getting bombed on
we are
the most stout of drinks that they were pouring.
We're forever grateful to Dave and Joe Beja and Billy Badgett, because they've not only allowed us to set up the Lunchbox Fridays at 10 Palms. They've actually
the food budget
embraced it
on the show. I don't know. They may have to. You have to hope there's no budget meeting and considerations coming up in January.
Let's not mention.
They probably already decided.
Joe Beja, Safi Joseph in the house, one of the top trainers in the country.
The guy wins everything.
He
on
wins
fire. Everything.
He's en fuego.
How do we not have him on a show? You got to grab
one
him.
day I'm going to introduce myself and we'll get him on.
Come on,
here.
Mayo. He just won a Breeders' Cup race.
I know. The man is
a Breeders' Cup race, the opening one.
Let's get back to the. Oh, look at this! Now we got crispy tuna rice.
Another thing that
is on. It's becoming ubiquitous on a lot of menus everywhere. But this,
so I made a fuss. So we got 2 orders.
Timon at the Catherine. You got 2 of them?
I got 1 order, but they didn't bring it out.
I'm going to take one of these
bites.
I think Lubie must be repeating himself like he's Johnny 2 times, because everything came out like twice as many of what we ordered.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like the little crispy rice, which is on the bottom, fried. A little bit of tuna tartare, really nice ahi tuna. And then it's topped with little fish eggs. It's not caviar. It's kind of salmon roll and a slice of jalapeno pepper. So watch out for that, because that has some bite. And I'm chewing on that. That's great.
It's great, yeah.
I only got job on
one,
that.
but they just hadn't brought it out, and I wanted to make sure, because I really love it. The Catherine does a nice job with it, and I was really excited to have it out here.
What's with Lubie on the mayonnaise?
On a chicken sandwich, I like mayonnaise. I don't know.
I think it's in honor of the Patriots Dolphins game.
And
did you get that from you? You brought those?
You and Gerard Mayo.
Where'd you get
Now,
it?
I
got
happen
it
to
from
be
here.
like
They have
him.
Mayo here.
You know, maybe it's not the most
It's
a
goyish,
little goyish,
Gentile, whatever you want
as
to
we
call
say, like things that are not
Yiddish.
that Jewish people from my neck
By
of
the
the
way,
woods.
Tony is Jewish.
Yeah, well, he's
Segreto.
Italians and Jews from
Yeah.
the Northeast and New York, New Jersey. It's basically the same.
Except
My
except one
father
goes, said,
yeah.
my father used to say, Italians and Jews are similar and just alike, except we have better food.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Oh, no doubt about
yeah,
it.
that's
no,
true.
1,000%.
And
Italian food's
also,
ridiculous.
you
It's
know,
like
and
top
then
three.
you know,
How many Jewish restaurants you see compared to Italian in any city?
there's
I
a
get
couple of delis, but they're dying off. But
Not like Italian restaurants.
and the other difference is in December you put up a tree and we put up this little Hanukkah menorah. And some people, you know, but
That's
it's all
why
good.
Jews marry Italians.
Yes, if they want
So
good
they can
food.
celebrate
Yeah.
both.
Getting back to the Flutie game, 40 years ago tomorrow, which is hard to believe. That means
That's
we're
right.
all getting freaking old.
Yep.
Although at that time I was not a working journalist, I was in my dorm room at Tufts University, probably on some mild intoxicants, because I remember there was a big, in the Boston area, Doug Flutie, the
must have been a
BC
hero.
Eagles had a good year, and they actually came into that game ranked 10th. And the UM was ranked 12th, below them. It was a home game, and UM was favored in the game because it was a home game for UM at the old Orange Bowl. But what were your well, first of all, Defo, you said you almost left the facility.
You know what's funny? I was involved. I had a horse racing television show I was making with a friend of mine. We were there shooting some video for some outfit. I don't remember who we were working for at the time. But so we were covering the game, and at the same time, we had to go to Ocala because we were shooting a bunch of videos on a horse farm in Ocala the next day. So we wanted to get the jump on getting up there. It was like a 5-hour drive, a dreadful drive on the turnpike. And we're thinking, okay, this game's over. Why don't we get the bleep out of here? And so we started to make an early exit. We were thinking we'd blow off the post-game sound and just make our way up to Ocala, get an early jump on it. And so we were just about out of the stadium. And we look at this, and they're lining up for what ended up being the winning Hail Mary. And you know who was on the field that was circling out of the backfield that was also wide open on that play? But, the time would have run out. I don't know if he would have made it to the end zone. It was Troy Stratford.
Okay. And he was
running
He was a
back.
BC Eagle before he became
Running
a
back
He was
Dolphin.
for
great at
BC.
He was great at BC.
And we're watching, and it was like you can still indelibly see it, impression in your head that you're watching this ball up in the air. Daryl Fullington was the defensive back. It goes right over his head. Phelan makes the catch. And the best angle, Tony had it because he was sitting with Sonny Hirsch. I mean, and Sonny, no doubt, not only had money on the game, but
I was sitting,
an emotional investment that was beyond
yeah,
the
it was
scope of
one
what
the
he could
few
handle.
it was one of the few times
Yeah.
that I didn't go down on the field
Early,
early
right?
because I had to get in the locker room to do interviews.
So you were calling the game with Sonny Hirsch on radio. You play-by-play or
No, Sonny was doing the
Sonny's
play.
Sonny's
I was doing
play-by-play.
the color.
Okay. What do you
And
say as the color man? Oh shit!
Just about, because Sonny hit the table so hard when he completed the pass. I mean, he banged it so hard that I thought
He
everything
had to
was
be
gonna,
booking all of the
No, he
BC
had a ton
action,
of
no?
money. Yeah, what are you talking
Yeah.
I thought it was going to fall apart.
I remember on my dorm floor, a lot of people had BC. I don't know what the spread was. All I know is, look, it's one of those incredible seesaw games.
Yeah.
Final score: 47 BC, 45 Miami.
Very
Again,
entertaining
that
game.
last
Wildly
catch put the BC back in front, and BC was coached by Jack Bicknell. It was one of Jimmy Johnson's earlier years, and it basically is one of those. I guess if you had in your mind, and I'm going to ask both of you guys because you have the breadth of experience.
Yep.
Let's say the top 5 most memorable plays in South Florida
Oh,
sports
yeah.
history.
By far.
Is that
Even when it's against
number
the
one
team,
or
it's
close
so
to
hard
it?
to forget
It
that.
could easily
Yeah.
be number one.
I'm going to rattle off 5 right off the bat.
I could think of a few, but
yeah, go ahead. You give me yours. What comes to
base
mind?
hit scoring Craig Counsell when the in '97
7
World
of the
Series.
97.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Renteria up the middle. I remember being there for that. There've been many. The Dolphin games, the clock play with Marino. A lot of people will remember that, even though
Right.
that one wasn't as
It's a
significant
regular
because it
season
wasn't a
game,
championship
and it was
game.
in the
yeah.
medal.
Well, the
Meadowlands, but
Renteria, the World Series. I mean, that's
That's what he said. Council.
Oh, I didn't hear. The Ray Allen 3.
Ray Allen 3. Okay, here's what pops into my mind.
Remember,
Lubie's got a great story on that.
Yeah, I pulled a Defo, and actually, unlike Defo, who actually saw the freaking play, because it's my team, and you've all seen me when I'm on my teams. I was not going to watch the Spurs. I was covering it, sort of. I don't know if I covered it because I did the interviews and stuff, but I was not going to watch the Spurs celebrated championship on my team's freaking floor. So I walk out, and I hear the bar. I guess it was it Bongos or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Start celebrating because I guess they had missed free throws, and I was like, oh shoot! And having a press pass, I'm like, I know they'll let me back in. I'm like, let me make my way in. Right when I get to the top, there are people, it's not a joke, we're banging to get in. They weren't letting them in because I guess you were following it. I get to the top of the stairs and the crowd erupts. I'm like, Are you kidding me? Like right when I walked into where the crowd is, Ray Allen had just made the freaking 3, and I missed one of the greatest moments in South Florida sports history.
Yeah, and the image of people streaming out of the building
crazy.
Before he hit that shot.
It
that's
was
definitely top 5 material. The Flutie play is top 5 material. I think, I don't know where you put, like, was there a signature moment in the Panthers Stanley Cup run, or is it just that whole game 7?
The whole game 7.
Game 7.
That's, in terms of
one of the great plays, though, occurred in the original Stanley Cup run for the Florida Panthers with the Bill Lindsay shot.
That was amazing.
Yes, against Bruins.
Did the tremendous job, and you probably knew the photographer, but it was like a husband and wife team, and the husband, captured this shot, and it was one of the greatest goals ever scored in NHL history.
In
terms of style points and everything else. That was a giant one too.
And another one that pops to mind is
how about Sunday Silence winning a Breeders' Cup race? You're easy going, no?
Too niche. It's not really. It doesn't resonate amongst the whole.
I don't know. Is there
population.
anything Dolphins?
Here's another.
How about Joey Game Point?
No, we love Joey. We love Daniel Highlight. But
how about Luca Benici Sunday
in the
afternoon?
Degenerate Hall of Fame, big plays. No, another one I'm thinking about the Marlins because I was at that game. Pudge Rodriguez when the throw came to
that was a good one.
The Giants, I was there.
Over, and I think they
with
won
Conine.
the first round series
against
San Francisco.
It was the Giants.
That was a great play,
series
a great moment,
yes.
and series clinching.
That was fantastic.
That was a great moment. So we've been blessed.
Gary Premian trying to throw that pass in the Super Bowl.
That belongs in the Follies and Foibles Hall of Fame. Yeah, a lot of big moments. I mean, you can consider Joe Willie Namath in winning Super Bowl III at the Orange Bowl.
We were talking about this before the show. Was I believe November 12th was the 42nd anniversary of our Gwaywin Pryor at the Orange Bowl, which was
a little niche, But
but at that moment it wasn't. That was one of the great boxing matches of all time.
What an event that turned out to be. And an interesting trivia question. They used to have a walkout bout after the main event on boxing cards. And in the walkout bout was a supposedly washed-up Roberto Duran, who carved out a really ugly victory over some nondescript opponent. And then subsequent to that, he went on and won like another 2 world titles. So, that was an interesting night all the way around.
Well, I can't believe it's been 40 years since that play.
40 years.
I think I won money on the play, but I can't really recall. Well, it's too bad Dave Joseph couldn't be up here. Jim Sarney, my personal Svengali, was at the game.
Yeah, he was working it.
He was working it. He was at the Sun Sentinel.
He was at the Sentinel already by then.
Yeah.
To think it was 40 years ago is hard to believe.
40 years ago, Tony. Wow.
40 years ago.
Holy moly.
What happened to me?
What happened?
I want to know. But
you it's more recent though.
Yeah, I think it coincided with
subsequent
me
to the time, that you became the food critic.
60
pounds.
I
remember the young Studley Mayo, and you were thinking, wow, he's a good-looking kid.
6 million calories later.
Yes, exactly. Honestly.
But here's the dichotomy. Again, I've said this
Tony saw the flaw in it, though. I mean, you guys were at Luke's 2:30 in the afternoon, so you get out of there at like 4. You've been obviously feeding yourself, on a feast that they're always put out for us all.
I only took a couple of bites that day.
No, we didn't
I had restraint.
But where everybody else was going to the gym, you were going out to dinner.
Right, for a massive feast. And again, but this brings me back to my line about where I'm at in my life, where I've never been more repulsed by the state of my body and physical decrepitude, yet I've never been more comfortable in my own skin.
There you go.
It's just one of those.
There you go, man. You got to write that book. Yeah.
And it's like last night we played an al fresco poker game at a beautiful house in Parkland, and everybody started getting on their sweaters and stuff. But I kept eating. They brought in food from V&S Subs.
Oh, nice.
And
How's VNS? Are they still up to par?
They're still up to par. They're
All
Italian sub sandwich. Again, the crunchy seeded bread.
That's your thing, yeah.
But it was hefty. It was gorgeous. But for dessert, the guy had like a thing of Entenmann's donuts.
You can still find Entenmann's. Where do you find Entenmann's?
At Publix. They still have it. But they have
you
those
can only buy them day old. They never make them fresh.
Well, it's in
they
a
got
box.
a guy who cooks them, and then he waits a day until he puts them out.
Entenmann's donuts are not fresh at all. They're put in a box with so many preservatives. And the thing was,
I know, but
they're good. And they bring me back to my youth. And I like the chocolate covered donuts. They had it, and
you're gonna pound those.
I basically I start at the table. I was saying, I can't believe like those things are just such utter garbage.
You're gonna have
they're
five.
so ultra processed. I can't believe it's just trash. And I said, and then I said, I want one. And this other guy at the game, he just cracked up. He didn't understand the dichotomy of Mayo.
Oh, yeah, you used to be able to eat the whole box, at one time.
I had about 4 of them.
Yeah.
Little mini donuts. It was good.
And you had to use like technique, like you could kind of skim the chocolate off first. Yeah. And I mean, there was a lot of different ways of eating.
Many ways to skin that cat.
But cookies, I used to love the really small cookies at Entenmann's.
That was the thing.
The soft cookies. I used to love those.
You skim the top last.
Yeah.
So all you had was a little bit of chocolate.
They had a good chocolate covering on those Entenmann's donuts. That was prior to Krispy Kreme coming along.
Let's take our first break because I want to get to the contest because I think Defo's going to enjoy the contest. Yeah, we're 20 minutes into this.
Yeah, we've been about half an hour.
So before we go take that first break, I want to remind everybody, visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival.
Yes,
it's coming up after the holidays, right after the New Year, January 13th to the 19th throughout the county. You've got intimate dinners. You've got some of the big signature events. Go online to vlfoodwine.com right now to check out the whole listing of everything out there and then buy a couple of tickets. And here's the thing for you Lunchbox viewers and Let's Eat fans. If you go online and buy your tickets for the big 5 signature events, and that's the cocktail competition Wednesday, the Asian theme walk and roll Thursday, the barbecue battle Friday, the grand tasting Saturday, and a new ticketed brunch event on Sunday, those 5 events, if you put in the promo code Lunchbox, you'll get an extra 15%. That's 15% off the already low ticket prices.
So
it's already a cheap enough, price.
And no, it's very reasonable.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
And we want to make it even more reasonable for those who support us.
15% off a reasonable price. It's a good deal in today's economy.
We love to support Phil and Kate.
Good deal. It's a great deal.
It's like seeing gas at $2.78 like I did on the way down.
More events, more big culinary talent stars from throughout the country and, of course, all throughout South Florida. Our friend Reno has the kickoff event. That's sold out, but plenty of other events. Availability remains. Go online, vlfoodwine.com.
I just became Facebook friends with Reno, and I'm afraid to look at his page. I don't know why. I just think it's going to be crazy.
Politically, you're not going to be on the same page.
Really? No. Oh, no, don't tell me.
Reno, you met Reno's very anti-business.
But that's okay. Most people who are entrepreneurs
he's a businessman
and in the restaurant business, sometimes it's like being on the golf tour. I was considered like a Bolshevik.
I'm glad that Memenaz has a high-ranking cabinet position. I think he's a wonderful man.
Let's take the first break, and we'll be back with the contest after these words. From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Hey, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're having a party, and everybody's invited here to 10 Palms at Gulfstream. And look who showed up. The Natalie attired, as usual, Executive Director of Hospitality here at Gulfstream Park, Joe Beja.
I like him with
back.
the glasses, though. I liked you with the
Oh,
glasses.
you want me to get glasses back on? There we
Yeah,
go.
you look
Yeah,
very
Well, I'm going to do some reading. And then,
intellectual.
anyway,
Yeah.
so I might as well.
reading.
What do you think? I mean, you're sitting next to a guy in a Santa Claus Lou Carnesecca sweater. So
Congratulations on the new menu launch,
Thank you.
new items that you're kind of debuting, rolling out today in advance of next week's big Champions Meet opener on Thanksgiving Day itself. But yeah, you want to just talk a little bit about, we got the whole array here, and you just brought out some beautiful porchetta, but that's for tomorrow.
tomorrow. Yeah,
Taste of the
so
Track.
we've obviously rolled out some new menu items for the season. So some of the items you have in front of you are crispy tuna bites,
It's delicious.
which are great flavor. We have a warm whipped ricotta with honey and olive oil. And then we have a trio beef empanadas are the items that you have here in front of you. And then some of the other new items include a blackened shrimp tacos. We have a hamachi crudo on the menu now.
We're going to get there next week.
Yep.
We'll have some more.
Blackened shrimp tacos have replaced the mahi tacos.
And you have a new Delmonico steak or
We
something?
do. We have
Yeah.
a brand new 16-ounce Delmonico ribeye for $48. And then we also have a 12-ounce churrasco on the menu.
That's great.
This is outstanding. Very flavorful.
And that's going to be, again, advanced for tomorrow. Another one of your great Taste at the Tracks. Tomorrow,
Yes.
the Italian edition. Let me see if I get this right finally.
Paninis.
Martini. Wait, is it paninis
No,
first? or
martinis first.
Martinis, paninis, and linguini.
That's correct.
Yeah, start with the drink, and then you go into the food. That's
Exactly.
what I've learned. Yeah.
Yep.
How is
Excellent.
Tony not the Grand Marshal at this event?
I know, Tony. You should be.
Get out there tomorrow.
That's it.
I don't know. We're going to try.
All right.
Let me know if you do.
All right.
But yeah,
We'd
you have
love
the
to
porchetta here in front of you, and that is stuffed with rapini and provolone.
Beautiful. And is there like rosemary around it? I'm
Correct.
detecting different herbs.
Yes, and
or
rosemary as well.
Herbs, as Martha Stewart pronounces them.
Yes.
But
There
these,
is.
These are it's delicious. It's tender, melt in your mouth, and it's going to be part of the big grand display
It is.
table tomorrow.
Yes.
Man, am I looking forward to that.
It's a great menu.
I'm into the double XLs now, Joe. I've given up because it's just too much good food around me.
Yeah.
There's still tickets, huh?
There are still tickets. So if you go on our website, www.gulfstreampark.com, and you'll click on the event link, it'll take you to your options of either VIP tickets, which are $85. That gets you in at 12 o'clock, an hour earlier before everybody. Gets you first choice of some of the premium seating closer to the windows. And then at 1 o'clock is the general admission for $60. And the event goes until 4 o'clock.
That's excellent. And that's just one of the many things going on this week because it's also Turkey Day, opening day of the Champions Meet, and you guys are open for business up here, but with the usual, I guess, a holiday twist. You've got the
We do.
buffet going.
We have
right?
a full holiday Thanksgiving Day buffet for $55 per person. We are currently at about 450 reservations, but we're
you
going
could go all the way up.
We can go all the way up. It looks like we're probably going to go up to at least 600.
Okay.
Woo. So we still have plenty of room. If you haven't made your Thanksgiving Day plans, doors open at 10:30. Buffet opens at 11. Buffet will stay open until 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock for the last closing of the buffet. And the last race will be about 3:15, 3:20. So we do have 4 hours of live racing starting at 11:30, going until about 3:15.
And if people want to get that, just go on to opentable.com and just do the search for Gulfstream 10 Palms and just click on, what is it, different times or just?
You can click on any time, but you could show up at any time. We'll have a table ready for you. I mean, we have 900 seats. So.
Right. Don't show up at 3 p.m. because that is
Correct.
going to be scraps, but 11 a.m. on, right?
Yes.
And for those people out there on the Let's Eat group, I know there's still been a lot of chatter about people looking for places open for Thanksgiving with traditional
that's
meals.
A great deal, though.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
It's
not only are you getting all
really,
the entertainment at the racetrack,
Yes.
but $55 for
No,
Thanksgiving. I mean,
it is a great
all
deal.
you can eat.
It's the first time we've ever opened up on Thanksgiving, so I wanted to make it approachable. $55 is our normal price of the everyday
That's
racing
unreal.
buffet, and is the first day of racing, so we kept it at 55. Hopefully,
great.
we'll get the good value and good food and
yeah,
good
it's
reputation. Goodwill
towards
and
all men for
Yeah,
the whole
there you go.
holiday season and women. And the thing is, because consider it kind of your Thanksgiving Day gift to the people out there that you are
Yes.
grateful for all the guests who make 10 Palms what it is year round, all the horse racing fans and people who come out on the weekends. And I think it's great.
Yeah, I have a
What-
menu
what
here
is
actually.
this, what is this cocktail here? It just
Well,
caught
Lubie
my
ordered that.
attention,
There's
yeah.
some new cocktails on the menu too,
What's the
right?
deal
that
there?
looks like the passion fruit mojito.
Very
Passion
good.
fruit
Lubie,
mojito.
do you want to start sucking that down? Or
I think you need
Yeah,
to take
go
a
ahead.
taste of that, Lubie.
I
and, we'll
wanted
get a
to get
report.
that. It was a butter pecan old fashioned.
Yes,
That
butter
looks
pecan
right up my
old-fashioned
alley.
was-
Like if I
It was
sit,
great. We did the
I-
tasting yesterday and some training this week. So we hired a company by the name of Unfiltered Hospitality.
nice.
They're known for they've done the cocktail list at the Standard Hotel. They also own and I'm drawing a blank.
You
of
know, the
bar,
Standard just
so-
reached out to me. They want to do a show or something like that. I don't know. There's a Standard. Is there one up in Palm Beach? I don't know. It's weird.
I didn't know that.
But it's kind of frightening, the level of people in the industry who want to somehow associate with me after all I do,
Yeah.
the big bites. But
Somewhat
the
embarrassing.
Standard has
Yeah. So
obviously
they have
great
a
stuff.
great reputation. So they came in and helped us develop the cocktails along with our corporate beverage
nice.
director, and we're using another company called Gourmet Booze to help us with some of the pre-batching, so the consistency is there.
Just
And-
conceptually, that
Yeah.
sounds good. Gourmet booze. Yeah.
but the cocktails are great. Passion fruit mojito. We have a clarified margarita, so nice clear margarita on there
Yeah.
as well. We've also done a twist on an Arnold Palmer, and we're using Sir Davis as the whiskey. And for those of you that don't know, there's a big push on Sir Davis lately. That is Beyonce's whiskey,
Okay.
named after her
So
grandfather.
it's taking Arnold
In
Palmer.
light
Does
of
it-
recent enlightenment, do you have to change the stir?
I was going to say, does
Yeah.
it come with an extra long straw? But that was my one-liner.
I'm not going to say anything. On
That's it.
Yeah.
Tony
Tony's
is
out.
He is
Tony's
the
out.
broadcast
Yeah, yeah.
veteran. Don't,
This is a guy
the
who's in
less
the,
said, the better.
he's in
Um,
halls of fame. We can't.
Before we get into
defame him like
the
this.
menu, did you want to get into like tomorrow some of the offerings?
Oh, yeah.
for
Absolutely.
the again martinis, paninis, and linguini.
Are these two
But-
guys the first guys that show up? By the way, Joe.
No.
No. I wait till the crowds die out a little bit, like at 12:15. Before we get there, we were talking a little bit before before you came on that tomorrow is the 40th anniversary of the Doug Flutie Hail Mary
Oh,
Hail
wow.
Flutie play that was down here over Thanksgiving weekend, BC versus UM.
Yeah.
Do you have any memories of that game, or where would you rank that in the pantheon of?
He was like 6 years
Sports
old. What are you
moments.
talking about?
No,
he's-
I was like teens. I was in my teens,
All
like
right.
early, like 13, I think, or something like that. I think I was in New York at the time, so I think I saw it on, the
some
little
screen.
some little screen.
Yeah.
I think back then, like a 19-inch TV was a big TV back then.
What would you say is your
Yeah.
most remembered like sports play in your lifetime, and not necessarily here, but I guess just the Vegas winning the cup or
I'm Giants winning a Super Bowl.
okay.
I mean,
the catch, the
yeah.
like those
I think
plays.
like David
yeah,
Tyree on the helmet
yeah.
and stuff. Those plays to me always stick out.
I just love.
And now we have
sports
Eli Manning
memories.
on the Hall of Fame ballot. So
Wow. That's, again, we're all getting older.
yeah,
I hope he gets it.
Older.
so do I. I don't know if he'll get it on the first time around, but I hope he gets it.
I hope he gets it.
I had dinner with my fraternity brother who covers the Raiders for ESPN. So he was in town last weekend, and he just got selected to vote for the Hall of Fame. So of
Very
course I
nice.
was just like Eli.
Eli.
And he goes, yeah. He goes, I voted for Eli, and he says a few other people he voted for, and of course he represents the Raiders on the 50 people that are voting for the finalists for Hall of Fame.
Right.
So of course he voted for like Steve Wisnowski and a couple of the Raiders guys on there. So
Is Lyle Alzado in the Hall of Fame? I don't even
good
know.
question.
I don't know if the steroids
I don't
thing
think
so.
did
No,
his
he's
not.
chances.
He's not.
Okay, because he was a beast when he was at
Yeah.
his prime. But
Yep.
all right, so back to the Italian themed taste at the track
Sure.
tomorrow.
Can I have
What am I going to be
some more?
ingesting for lunch?
For lunch on table number 1, we have the spinach and ricotta arancini
Oof.
with a marinara.
Lubie loves.
We
the
have a
energy.
tomato and cucumber panzanella salad. On table 2 will be eggplant caponata bruschetta, and then lobster and crab ravioli with saffron cream.
That's where we are. Yeah.
Mhm.
Table number 3 will feature the beef carpaccio and the whipped ricotta with hot honey and crostini, as you see here. Table number 4 will have the beef cheek ragu
That's the really foodie item. I'm
Yeah.
very impressed with the
with
whole.
Parmesan gnocchi.
Yep.
And
Okay.
then
Really, yeah.
the linguine will be black truffle with cream sauce, or black truffle cream sauce, I should say. And then the large buffet table will feature the porchetta that we have here with broccoli rabe, the rosemary, and provolone. And then we'll have a mom's or grandma's or nona's chicken cutlet panini. And then we'll have a mortadella panini with mozzarella and pistachio pesto.
Man,
What's it cost? Like 500 to get into this thing? I mean, well,
Is it
what's the
cheap
price
too?
tag on this?
still
Another good deal, $85. if you have
$85.
$85.
What are you talking
VIP
about?
hour 85, and then
Yep,
the
Wow.
$60 for GA.
60 for general admission.
We can go
That's if you
GA
wait
on
till
that.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
You could even show up, and I have a feeling you know some people.
No,
you'll be
you know
able to
when
get to
you know
the-
when I hear GA when Joe mentions it, I immediately think of like those gamblers anonymous,
188.
Exactly.
which
No,
you know don't want to disparage that, but you
I
know.
cannot wait. I'm going to wear my stretchy pants and my stretchy sweaters.
Will you let him in that
everything's
outfit
stretchy.
though? I mean, is there
Sure.
a dress code?
Now, tomorrow I'll have
This
my
is a
regular
good-looking
collar shirt.
Actually,
Christmas
it's an
sweater.
Italian themed event, so maybe we'll have to get him one of those Dominic the Donkey.
No, I'll wear
You know,
last.
Dominic the Donkey sweaters.
last
That's
week's.
what you need. A Dominic the Donkey sweater.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I was going to wear the same shirt, that Italian tablecloth shirt I had.
that
Oh,
was a
there you
good
go.
one,
That'll
yeah.
work. That'll
That
work.
is what I'm wearing tomorrow. Because
Although some restaurateur may take it back.
somebody
you know.
might actually pull up next to me
That's
and
it.
start putting food on.
Yeah, that was table 12.
This little
The shirt
table
actually
I
had
got.
like
It'll
table
fall
12.
off.
I
little
got a
sign
whole
on it, yeah.
tray table here.
Yeah.
If I lean back.
Yeah. It's a great idea. We'll clip a table number to your collar. You know, so
Oh man! All right. We're gonna. Was there anything else that we needed to address? Or
well, I mean, we also have desserts. We have the Italian sandwich cookies, the rainbow cookies, tiramisu, cannoli,
how could I forget?
and
I cut 'em off
raspberry
before-
bubble.
Tony, are you going to this?
That's good.
Tony, you have to be at this.
Oh, and alcohol. You have all kinds of
We do.
treats, right?
We do.
The
We have
martini.
the
Sounds
we
like
have
your
an
charity
espresso
event.
martini. We have a no let's gin lemon drop. We have a the Tito's filthy martini. We have a Vesper. Hanson's Organic is going to do a pomegranate martini. I know we've discussed this. The Wheatley vodka with their porn star martini.
That's Tony.
And Headwind will be doing
No,
a
no.
French martini, and there's a Cosmo. So there's plenty.
Oh, look at this! And my butter pecan old fashioned, one of the new cocktails, craft cocktails.
You didn't
on the
order it
menu.
smoking?
This is no. Like,
No,
this
we
is
not have it smoking, but
let the man have a little piece. He's got enough
Yeah.
on.
No,
his
no. But
plate.
if anybody was going to be a pain in the ass about this, it would be you.
No,
with the
I don't.
smoking,
I don't need all the smoke and mirrors. I just need a well-crafted cocktail. This
All
looks exactly like it. The big ice cube, which is now an essential component of any high-end old-fashioned, and properly with both the orange peel and the Luxardo or deluxe cherry, and on the nice little horsey toothpick. This looks like.
Are you going to drink that?
Yeah, of course I'm going to drink it. I'm just kind of describing it. It's
There you go.
delicious.
You,
And I taste
right.
the butter pecan.
you know who hates big cubes? Joey Cornblit
Okay.
hates them.
Really?
Hates them.
Wow.
Is he? I
I
don't
mean,
understand why. Did a big ice cube, a block of ice, drop on his head one day, or ruin his
It is
cesta
just.
hand?
It is just.
It's one of those little things.
I can't tell you. It just sends him over the top. It
Okay.
sends
It's
him
funny.
over the top.
Well, that's. I've never heard that quirk
No.
before. But
That's a weird one.
I'm-
Man. Does it
I'm-
remind him
I'm
of
opposite.
I mean, there are some great cocktails with crushed ice, obviously.
but
you know,
Slurpees?
but you know, the
Slurpees.
big ice cube is the way to go for most people.
yes.
Yes.
And
It's become a thing. But now I know if we ever see Joey back down here again, we'll get him the little tiny crushed ice cubes.
He'd rather see a pelota in that glass. Than a giant ice
Chew,
cube,
is he one of those guys? Because some people love to just kind of like chew on
Yeah.
ice, and it's like
That's
a
me.
low-cal snack.
Yeah.
Not
Not recommended by many dentists. Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
But this one, if you try to do that, I would imagine it would put a couple of oral surgeons into the black for the year. So
My mother was right about that.
about
She always told me, you better stop chewing ice.
yeah, no, it's not good. It's not good. All dentists
we
will say.
make big ice cubes like that at home.
So do I.
I have a couple of specialty trays at home. I love my big cubes for my daily 5 o'clock cocktail.
So you're really going to welcome these guys to the thing tomorrow?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, my God.
They're regulars by
Oh,
now.
good,
It's all
all right.
good. Yes,
I think they only missed like one or two. at
I
most.
only missed one, and it was with much regret. But this
Oh, look at
tomorrow, I
this,
can't
young
wait
lady.
because Italian food is almost everybody's favorite.
Yeah.
It should be. I eat it 5 times.
I think I'm
a
at the
week.
cutoff glass.
All right. Let's take our second break. Joe, you want to stick around for the contest?
Sure.
Or you got business to
No,
attend
I'll
to?
stick around.
Okay, good. Because this contest will bring a smile to many people's faces, including our friend Ken, the professor.
Oh, beautiful. All right.
And let's take that second break, and we'll be back
I think I know the restaurant.
from 10 Palms with Joe Beja and Tony Segreto and Jeff Defo Forest after these words.
Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway, just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining, and they are now featuring a monthly lamb roast brunch on the first Sunday of every month. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information, go to tavernakima.com. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. It's Jeff DeForest, Tony Segreto,
Tony.
Joe Beja, and off on the soundboard is Mike Lubie Lubitz. I came in today saying I'm just going to have a little salad. I'm going out to a nice dinner. My daughter is back in town. She got back last night from Tallahassee for Thanksgiving break.
Got to be the Acres.
We're doing a little bit of a celebration, belated birthday celebration. She turned 19 earlier this week. Thought we were going to do the Acres, but she had a hankering for some Italian food.
Heritage,
lo and behold.
like it.
And I said, well, how about tomorrow come out? But she's not 21, so she can't make it for the big event. But tonight we're going to check out a new place called C. Mario in Pompano Beach.
Yeah.
And I've heard nothing but good things about it. So.
Good things. The guy, he's owned a couple of different restaurants. He was over by the Intercoastal for a while.
Sunset Catch.
Sunset Catch. Yeah. My friend Francesco worked for him for a while.
His brother used to operate and own Casa Recchio, which is
they
now
had a place
no
like in I want to say like the Coral Springs area for a long time before he opened that place by the
talented
Intercoastal.
chef. Yeah.
And it was kind of very elegant, like old school decorations. But everybody raves about this place.
Yeah. Meanwhile, my daughter came in last night on Silver Airlines. Has anybody ever had the misfortune? I don't know. Apparently, it's always delayed, and sure enough, she was supposed to get back at 8. The flight didn't land until closer to 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Her mom picked her
in
up.
fact, it's listed as often delayed.
Yes.
All of the flights on
Most
Silver.
often delayed.
But it's not uncommon. Like you're walking out, and you have to actually walk out on like the tarmac there.
Yeah.
To get on the plane.
Yes.
And it's not uncommon for them to hand you like a part for the plane and ask you to deliver it to the pilot.
I thought they would ask you to actually install it.
That too. You might be better off if you did it
I
yourself.
have a thing against propeller planes.
Yes,
so I just, when I get on one of those planes, like from Silver.
Was it a propless plane?
Well, I've taken Silver from Fort Lauderdale to Tampa before Southwest did
it's
it.
Big in the state. Big inside the state.
Now you go to Tallahassee a lot. Now I'm going to be, my daughter and myself will be going back.
Have you been up there since Mayo Man?
Not since the fall semester started, and not since JetBlue Airways pulled out. They discontinued their direct route from
October 4th.
Fort Lauderdale to Tallahassee and back. They used to have wonderful early morning nonstops that you would get there on time and it was efficient. JetBlue was not a profitable route. They pulled out. My daughter, after landing last night, texted me and her mom, "Never again." And I think she might be going to. She might be willing to drive, or American Airlines goes straight into Miami. So that's it. Lubie is making faces. I don't know what his. What? Drive your car. Oh, he's saying drive the car. 6.5 hours. Yeah, I know.
It's a lot of hours, unless you're Tony Segreto.
It's time for the contest, folks.
All right, here we go.
We love the contest. It's over 100 weeks of contests. And not only is it a success, I mean, people understand it, which was everybody was giving me grief at the beginning.
That was the dumbest concept ever.
It's too
complicated. Except for the fact that Dave Joseph was involved. That made it
week.
like a little bit plausible, but
every week they come in scores of entrants, and we're introducing a lot of people for the first time. They come out to Ten Palms for the Sunday brunch, and they realize, hey, this is a great thing. This is a good option for when I have my in-laws in town or visiting.
The people are amazed too that the buffet really never shuts down. It's not like one of those deals where you've been lingering for a while and then you go back up and you're thinking, I'm going to get a piece of that carved roast beef, and they're shut down. I mean, they don't do that.
You've really done a great job.
For dessert. You go for dessert and you get it and think, wait a minute, I didn't have that carved turkey. So you go up and get the carved turkey.
Go back and get that, Grab a fistful of shrimp like Mayo does, a fistful of shrimp.
Where you have the dessert and then go back to the carvery.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say it.
Well, it's okay.
And he has stuff that's not even on his plate. I mean, like he has like a handful that he puts in his
I have my methods. I always start with the salad and the shrimp. Then I go into the omelet. Then I go into the main course carvery. Then I hit dessert. And staggered about
I saw you with 100 pieces of cheese, though, one day.
Course.
You had 100 pieces of cheese stacked up on this thing. Little
like a Jenga game.
They were for the table.
It's all good. All right, let's do the contest. It looks like you got
that's okay. No.
So, again, all you got to do is email the answer to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with your horse selections for this week's Saturday Gulfstream contest race, and that's going to be race number 7, and it's a big field, numbers 1 through 13. 12 runners and an also eligible, numbers 1 through 13. And then this week's tiebreaker is Dolphins Patriots here at Hard Rock Stadium on Sunday at 1 o'clock. You're going to email me those 3 components to mikemayoeats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow, Saturday, November 23rd. Please don't send it in late. It goes into the circular file, the discarded bin delete file. All right. Again, 7th race, 1 through 13, maiden special for 2-year-old fillies, going 1 mile and 70 yards on the all-weather track. And post time scheduled for 3:15. And also send me the winning team and the margin of victory. Say Dolphins by 3 points prediction. Do you have a prediction for
Dolphins
this?
against Patriots?
Yeah.
I'd say Dolphins by like 6.
Dolphins by 6 points.
Just not
Tony?
more.
10.
Dolphins by 10.
Fins 10.
Fins by 10. All right. That
Tony?
means take your money to the bank. The Patriots are definitely going to win. All 4 of us on the same page. All right. So for this week's restaurant, we salute tomorrow's 40th anniversary of the Hail Flutie, Hail Mary Miracle in Miami game. For BC, it was a miracle. With an establishment that is sure to please friend of the show, the Professor Ken. Ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, this sports bar / seafood restaurant with an ocean view in Delray Beach serves New England favorites such as Ipswich steamers, lobster rolls, and fried calamari with hot cherry peppers. But surprisingly, clam chowder is not on the menu, at least not the menu that's printed online today. Do you have any idea of this restaurant? Again, Delray Beach.
I thought it was going to be
Sports
Ken's
bar.
restaurant, the Foundry.
Okay. And
Yeah.
number 2, this may be a good place to watch Sunday's Dolphins-Patriots game, provided you're rooting for the visiting team, and may not be such a great place for Yankees fans during baseball battles against the Red Sox.
All right.
Number 3, the restaurant's namesake city calls itself the hub of the universe, although our friend Ken the Professor usually calls its sports teams and assorted celebrity fans the bane of his existence.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. That's the 3 restaurant clues.
It took
Send
the
the
third clue,
restaurant.
though, for me to, track this thing down.
Yeah.
But an iconic place. It could be
it
up there
is.
on
Right on the water.
on the Andy Cagnetta,
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. So again, send the restaurant number 1 through 13 for the 7th race and a Dolphins Patriots.
Used to be known.
win.
Can I throw another clue in there in case the people are lost? Oh, I won't give it away, but used to be known for their July 4th Blues Festival that they used to do. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Now,
Did not realize that. So, all right, send all 3 components. MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. I think that's going to do it for this week, Joe.
All
We're
right,
going to take
Joe,
our
nice
third
show, man.
and final break, and we'll come back with some parting thoughts for the weekend. Come on out here tomorrow. It's going to be great. The Italian-themed martinis, paninis, and linguine. Get your tickets, GulfstreamPark.com. And, of course, if you want to come out here for Thanksgiving Day,
Wow.
OpenTable.com. Look up 10 Palms and just click on the number of people in your party. They accommodate large groups. Let's say you're 5 or 6 people. They say, come on in. Let's say you have some kids and a stroller. Come on in. Not like some restaurants that I know and not love so much, but we're going to let that jihad die.
When a guy's
for
obsessed
now.
with taking revenge,
I don't know
out on
why
a
I'm
place.
so obsessed with it. It's just because it's such
It
the
really
antithesis of
diminishes your,
hospitality. And this
correct.
guy, executive
credibility.
director of hospitality, he's in the business of saying yes.
It's weak, Mayo.
So bring the
It's
kids,
really weak.
bring the wife,
Bring him.
No.
Bring
bring
them
the
all.
girlfriend.
bring 'em
Plenty
all.
of room.
Thanksgiving
Bring the
buffet,
kiddies,
Gulfstream.
bring
It's
your
gonna
wife.
You
it's
can
gonna
bring
be great.
you could bring a child as it's being born.
I don't know
Sure.
if that doctors would recommend that.
Yeah.
The doctors come with it.
Okay, that's it. All right, let's take that final break. Joe, thank you for everything as usual. We
Joe,
see
good
you
job.
tomorrow.
Good job.
Great job, Joe.
Yeah.
We'll be back after these words. Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa de Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-face smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hour 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. Thanks to Joe Beja for stopping by as usual. We got Lubie with the headset back on. Do you think Ken appreciated this week's restaurant?
I was about to ask you the name like an idiot. Probably not. He despises anything Boston, or it's not even Boston. That's the funny thing. Maine, New Hampshire, the New England area.
It's the entire New England region.
Is his vice.
Which means they must be doing something right.
I guess. that much hatred.
He hates it.
He hates it. I don't know what triggered him. It's the way Joey Cornblit hates big ice cubes.
Yeah, that's which is an interesting thing.
No, more so than that.
That is one of the weirder.
Joey isn't capable of that level of hatred.
Ken has hatred. Yeah, I don't know if Joey actually.
Who's the other one? Oh, Sarni was telling me Mel Kiper, like he eats something.
Oh, he eats weird
every
stuff.
day.
No, he eats weird food like every day.
That's,
like Saban is like that too. Saban has like a weird snack cake every day.
Okay, I eat everything every day. That's
Yeah.
And Al Michaels, I think, has never eaten a vegetable.
He eats no
Right.
greens.
And
no
that guy
greens.
is incredible.
He's in his 80s. He's still
80s,
working.
and all he eats is meat
Yeah,
and
and
potatoes and pasta.
No
and
That's
never,
it.
no vegetables.
No, I
No
think he eats like a
vegetables.
steak and potatoes every day.
That's
Like in his 80s, and he's
that's
still working.
formidable. And he also visited our friends at Casa D'Angelo earlier this season when the Thursday Night Football crew was in.
Yes,
And I
sir.
want to give just a couple of weekend notes before we head into
Yeah.
what's going to be a nice festive 10-day stretch. A lot of college kids are back in town,
Yep,
like my
yep.
daughter, and there's going to be a lot of family and friends coming in out of town. Val has a niece coming in with
Nice.
her boyfriend. We're going to be going about hitting the town. So it's just a great time of year. Casa D'Angelo, if you want upscale Italian, go in there. They have 3 locations, Fort Lauderdale, Aventura, right down the block from here at the Gulfstream, and then up in Boca Raton. We're going to be in. Gotta appreciate them because I said, hey, let's do something in advance of the white truffle dinner. I mean, I'm shameless because white truffle is one of the world's great delicacies. So we've set up, we're going to be doing a lunchbox show on Wednesday, December 4th, with two chefs, Chef Angelo Massimova of Fort Lauderdale and Chef Ricky, your
Love
friend
Ricky. Yeah, we love
of
Ricky.
Boca.
Good guy, man. Nice
They're
guy.
going to get
Ricky's great.
together and feed us for lunch on December 4th, Wednesday. And the truffle dinners there, two of them in Fort Lauderdale, December 5th and 19th.
Do you already have tickets for the thing? Like, I know you're like all in on the trouble.
We'll get
You're
there.
figuring it out.
But the truffle dinners are still open. Go online to CasaDeangelo.com for more information and to get your reservations. And it's going to be at the Boca one, December 10th, Aventura location, December 17th. They also have all kinds of great, holiday party availability. If you want to rent a private room, they have that at Casa D'Angelo. Now for Thanksgiving, we've got, if you want to pick up your fresh farm-raised turkey, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
That's all.
DelawareChicken.com.
That's
Make
the only place you should go.
Do you have your
Chicken
bird
Farm.
yet, Tony?
Yes.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we don't.
No,
Because
not
we're
yet,
going.
'cause
you're going
back
to
to
your
Vermont.
son's.
You're going to your son's.
Going to my
Atlanta.
son in
ATL.
Atlanta,
But-
and then I'm going right north from there.
But go online to DelawareChicken.com to get the information to place your Turkey Day order today, and you can pick it up anytime next week. They have extended hours. And then, of course, we've got, if you want to do the pickup thing where it's already a fully prepared meal, pick it up on Thanksgiving Day at Batch New Southern Kitchen at Tap, any one of their three locations, Fort Lauderdale, Delray, or West Palm Beach, and click on the tab when you go to it's Batch. What is it? BatchNewSouthernKitchen.com.
I think so, yeah.
Click on the
Maybe
fried
we can
turkey
use
dinner
Batch.com.
tab, and you'll get a full dinner for 10 for a very reasonable price, $270, and you'll have a great, again, Defo's still raving about that mac and cheese.
Oh, no, the mac and cheese was
The
fantastic.
signs were phenomenal, and there was nothing wrong with the,
And the
fried
turkey was
turkey. It
delicious,
really
yeah.
done well.
And,
And you don't have to worry about setting your house on fire when you're doing it.
Exactly.
That's good.
Can I do a shameless promo?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Bob Ross, New River Grows for pies.
No.
Oh,
because he was
My-
trying to get
I was
in
trying to
there.
get in there on Monday,
He
but
was
Bob
working
can't
it.
make it.
My daughter just got back from Canton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she did a story with the Madden Cruiser.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
that's still around?
It's
It
still
was-
around.
Oh, they still run that. Wow. Okay.
They drove it back to Green Bay
Oh, wow.
where it snowed, and they're doing a story on the Madden Cruiser.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
But did they still deliver the turkey dinner or the turducken dinner to the I guess,
No, with the MVP of the
football
game or whatever. Yeah.
games? It's Fox that
When Fox, the Fox,
I
their
think
game.
Fox is doing that game. So, all right. Well, I'll be looking forward to
That's the Dolphins.
seeing that feature. Or is that the
Dolphins and
is it
Packers.
on NBC?
Yeah,
the game. Okay,
NBC Thursday
so
night.
it's the Madden Cruiser.
Remember,
It's gonna be
Madden
on
at the end, I
NBC.
think, was doing NBC without Michaels.
Right. Okay. It's all a blur. 40 years since Foodie. Do I have anybody else to pitch? Did I forget anybody? If I did, I apologize.
let's
Oh,
see.
Tropical Acres.
Tropical Acres.
But they're already sold out. For
Booked up
Thanksgiving,
for
though.
Thanksgiving, but there's availability for this weekend and, of course, next
Black Friday,
weekend,
too.
Black Friday, and they are going to be open for Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. Call them now for those reservations because they're going to fill up fast for Christmas Day, also with a nice holiday menu, 954-989-2500. There you have it. I've gone from running half marathons to now everywhere I show up, they ask me to play Santa Claus.
but look at the sweater.
The sweater's something.
There we go. That's the
BJ's
holiday
Wholesale
spirit. There we go.
They must have been happy
Santa dance.
when he left BJ's because they finally sold one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Big pile of them. All right, that's going to do it. Have a great weekend, everybody.
See you
Stay
Monday.
safe.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Well, we'll see. That's right. We're not.
Monday.
Well, Monday we'll be back. You're not going to see him for a while.
We'll see you
Enjoy
soon,
your
though, my friend. We
Thanksgiving.
love you.
Safe travels.
Safe travels,
We'll
please.
see you soon, Tony Segreto. Enjoy every sandwich.